So hello, for my video project, I decided to do my project on Auberge de Quatre Pattes. It's the same company I used last year in HR, and it's a dog kennel where you leave us your dog while you're on vacation, for example. My mom is the owner, and it's my future business, so I was wondering how I could use Access and Word in my future operations as the owner of that company. And so I knew, like, with Word that I could do a couple things. I could do like a sheet like this one where I could write what we offer, our services, everything. Uh, I could also write promotion sheets for certain articles we sell or something like that. But for Access, I was wondering what I could do with it. I knew it was a good database and that you can create yourself, which is great. But most people, I believe, use already built databases like Akamba, for example. That's what we use because they're already complete and you can do many things on it, not just your database. And so, if I had to say that there were, if the reality is the same to the theory for Word, I believe so because we learned a lot of stuff how to do these nice graphs, put backgrounds, all different types of themes, different types of fonts, and everything just to make it appealing. And I find that this template here is quite appealing and it's fun to read. So what we learn can be used in the future quite precisely. And for Access, I find that it is too good for the reality to the theory, but at the same time, I don't think I'll use Access in my future, but it could be very useful. Except that sometimes we do things that I don't really understand or know why we do them, but when we go through the modules and everything, like you understand why you would do that. But sometimes I find too much work for Access, but it could be used in reality because I know some jobs use it. Like for example, at the government, they use Access a lot. So for my form here, for my Word, I use the same template as the first one and module 4. I have a nice chart here. Little graph tells us what my services are, my patients, which they're dogs and cats. That's the only thing we board here. Sometimes we have others, but that's mainly cats. Sorry. We have a little quote there. Our practices, services, examples of things that we do for what price. So like boarding for in a regular cage would be like 29 per day for a dog, and boarding in suites because we have very luxurious cages. That would be 45 per day, for example. Then we have our facilities when we are open, our contact information, the payments we accept, that we require that the payment is fully paid at the end of the animal's stay. We prefer it when you leave it at us, but it doesn't matter if you pay on your return. And we have special discounts too for frequent customers. It doesn't cost twice as 29 if you have two dogs. So it's nice, and we have other things that we give out little discounts if you follow us on Facebook and everything. And our team, our team is passionate because if we didn't love dogs, we wouldn't work there. And that's all for my Word page. You have basic information that would be interesting to see if you're a new customer that would like to keep their dog at our place. Next up for Access, I created an employees table, very simple. The employee number, their last name, their first name, and their salary. I also created a suppliers table where I have suppliers, as far as name and what they sell, so food, accessories, toys, things like that. I created a simple query that is not really worth looking at from my employees. And I did a employees form, very simple, but I can see their last name, their name. So I already know my employees, but if I have to do my payroll, it would be very easy for me to just scroll through that and just do a brute salary of the number of hours times their salary. So that's very useful for that. And for my suppliers, same thing. If I want to see my suppliers quickly and what they sell, I can just go through that and know what they sell. So if I have to say if reality is the theory relatable to theory, I would say that it is truly. And I plan on using Word a lot. I create forms for other employees, even though I'm not the boss or anything. I do that on my spare time for my mom. I create lists to show procedures of how doing stuff, and now my list will probably be better and more complete, and probably more appealing to the eye too. So thank you for listening. Have a good day.